Looking for a great first-time homebuyer market? Well, I have the city for you. Welcome back to the 75-day first-time homebuyer challenge. We're headed back to the West Coast, Bakersfield, California. The median household income in Bakersfield, California is about $77,000 a year, so we'll use that as the base for our first-time homebuyer example. Something interesting that I didn't know about Bakersfield, California is that they have a pretty large Basque community, so that's a region of northern Spain and southern France. Really interesting food and cuisine here in Bakersfield, California. Something else that I didn't know is that there's something called the Bakersfield Sound. Apparently, country music has a roots in the West Coast in Bakersfield, California. In addition to the Bakersfield Sound, Buck Owens, country music star, is from Bakersfield. All right, so let's get into the numbers. So an annual gross income of about $77,000 would net a home price of about $244,000, given a 20% down payment. Adversely, if this example first-time homebuyer would like to put less than 20% down, a 3% down payment would net about $195K home value. All right, so most of the really quality properties I found were condos and small townhouses, but I did find a first-time homebuyer worthy single-family home, definitely one that's quality, needs a bit of work. So this is a $190,000 home, 3 beds, 1 bath, and 1440 square feet, so pretty good size there. This home has a lot of great space and a lot of great details, but it definitely needs some loving. I think it was definitely owned by someone who aged into the property and neglected a lot of maintenance, so definitely needs some paint, some floors, and some general maintenance, but large open area here for the living room and dining room, and some built-ins on the back wall. More built-ins in this bedroom, very cool, would be a great study. All right, the bathroom's a little rough around the edges. You can see some rippling in the vinyl floor. Definitely needs some work around the board details on the door. Good sized room here with tons of natural light coming in the windows. Definitely a serviceable kitchen, but one that is in need of a renovation. And a really large backyard with shed and plenty of parking. All right, first example is a condo that is towards the top end of our budget here, so definitely the 20%, $239,000, 3 bedroom, 2.5 baths, just under 1,500 square feet, so lots of great space here and lots of baths. This home has a lot of great mid-century details with a sort of split level, brick fireplace and vaulted ceilings. Looks like an original vintage kitchen here, but lots of great space in this kitchen and dining room leading out to a patio. It's another view of that very vintage kitchen. 2 very nicely done refinished baths here. Really nice tile work on the vanity. Great tile work in the shower. Here's the second bath, and just off screen here there's a jacuzzi tub. Small fenced-in outdoor patio. Looks really nice. This complex has an outdoor pool in the center of it. All right, and another option I found here was just kind of right in the middle of our budget. It's a 2-floor townhome, $299,900 with 3 bed, 1.5 bath, 1,400 square feet. Another really spacious living room here with lots of light, a nice fireplace. It's another great view of that living room. Definitely a vintage kitchen, but it's been repainted and has nice new flooring with some newer appliances, looks good. Another view out the window there, lots of counter space. Reasonable size bathroom with pretty good size vanity. Here's the half bath and a really good size primary bedroom with the half bath right off of it with a nice big closet. This complex also has a pool. All right, and last but definitely not least, I found a great value property with one of the nicer interiors that we've seen so far that would work for our 3% down first-time home buyer example. So this is a $189,900 property, 2 bed, 1 bath, 980 square feet, so just under 1,000 square feet. And definitely the piece de resistance in this location is the kitchen, new appliances, new counters, new cabinets, good size and light-filled living room area, new floor. Really nice bathroom with new shower and surround. Good sized bedroom with new flooring. a great outdoor space that you could do a ton with. All right, so Bakersfield definitely didn't disappoint on being a great place for first-time homebuyers. I definitely think that this market has a lot of potential in terms of properties that need a bit of work but could really shine. The neighborhoods were pretty well rated across the board, and I would say that Bakersfield as a city is definitely up and coming and doing well economically, so great kind of trajectory here for a first-time home buyer. Before we get into the rating, I definitely want to let you know that I have a weekly newsletter, Taking Up Ownership, where I give you even more tools and great information on how to attain your dreams as a first-time homebuyer. You can check that out in the link in my bio or on my Instagram. All right, and now for the rating for Bakersfield. So in terms of number of options in the market, this gets one of the highest scores I've ever given, a 9 out of 10 for first-time homebuyers. Quality of homes, our minimum 2-bed, 1-bath, all of these filled that category. And I believe that the home quality themselves, some were more better than others, so I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Price spread of options in the market, another 8 out of 10. Definitely saw high, medium, and low. Quality of property locations, that's the neighborhoods. Like I said, great neighborhood locations here. A bit of crime and things. It definitely seems like the city does have some challenges in general, but I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. Property size in square feet, these were really good size locations, 2-bed, 1-bath at 1,000 square feet, and then 3-bed plus 1+ baths at closer to 1,500 square feet, 7 out of 10 for this one, giving Bakersfield, California at 39 out of 50, which puts Bakersfield second of the cities we've ranked so far, right behind Atlanta, right before Baltimore.